Hey guys, it's Melissa here. Today I wanted to talk to you about past life regression. There are so many tools that we have available to us to help us in healing emotional wounds, and this is just one of them. And if you've been listening to my podcast for a while, you've heard me talking about how I am getting certified in past life regression. I'm in the middle of the course right now, and it's almost over. And when it is, I will have my certification to do past life regressions. And during this course, we have been doing them on ourselves and on other people. It's so very interesting. And I just wanted to give you a perspective today of what past life regression is and why it's helpful and how it can be helpful for you. So I know that this can be a controversial topic because a lot of people were taught from their churches and their religion that we don't have past lives. We're here once and that's it. And I understand if you were taught that, but I'm here to tell you that we absolutely do have past lives and that there are a lot of things we can learn from our past lives. This all started in 1980. Brian Weiss, he was an MD and a graduate of Yale, and he was working with a client through hypnosis. And while he was working with his client, she began discussing past life experiences, and she even started speaking in another language. And she was not aware of this language in this lifetime. It was only when she was under hypnosis that she was actually able to speak this language. Dr. Weiss went and did a little research after this hypnosis, and he discovered that this was actually a tribal language, which wasn't even around anymore. It wasn't in use anymore. No one spoke this language, but it was spoken a long time ago. So that sparked his interest in past life regression, and he regressed a lot of people. You can either have individual past life regressions or group past life regressions. This is how past life regressions can help you. So we carry over things, karmic lessons, and just different things from the different lifetimes we've had. And those things can be blocking us in this lifetime. Like if we have blocks to money or blocks to love, it could stem from things that we experienced in a previous lifetime that we're still carrying with us. So we also might even have physical wounds. Like if you had knee pain your whole life or you have back pain your whole life, you can actually go back through past life regressions and see wounds that you received in other lifetimes that actually end up happening to you right where you're feeling this pain that you're occurring in this lifetime. And when we go and we see that physical wound and we heal that physical wound in that lifetime, it can help us to actually stop feeling that physical pain in this lifetime. We can be healed from disease and emotional illness. Sometimes we carry guilt because we might be really great, nice, awesome people in this lifetime, and in another lifetime we may not have been so nice. And it's okay, because the thing is, we've all signed up to come here to learn and experience different things. So we have some lifetimes where we are really good people and some lifetimes where we're not, because we want to experience everything. We sometimes have lifetimes where we're men and sometimes where we're women. We tend to travel in the same groups of people. So sometimes your people who are your parents in this lifetime could have been your children in other lifetimes. It's just all kinds of different things that you can experience. And so if you're experiencing a particular block in this lifetime, you can ask to go back and see the lifetime that's causing that block. You might feel like you're powerless and like you have no control over your life. You can go back and see the lifetime that's causing you to feel that still in this lifetime. Because the thing is, if we don't if we don't learn the karmic lesson and we don't heal the wound from that lifetime, we carry it with us to the next, because our mission is to heal those wounds. And when we can see them, it's easier to heal them. And there's no physical pain in going back and seeing a past life. And there's no emotional pain either. I mean, you're kind of witnessing it as if you are just a third-party observer looking at this lifetime. And sometimes we just know what happens, and sometimes we actually see it like a movie. It just depends. It's different for everyone. We may look different in a lifetime. We may experience lifetimes with family members that we have now. So you might experience different things. Like I said, everyone's lifetime is different. But we can remove blocks to this lifetime. We can experience emotional and physical healing. We can get answers as to why we have certain relationships in this lifetime. Like, if you have a particularly tumultuous relationship with someone, it's likely that you've experienced a past life with them before, and this is still some kind of cycle that's playing out, and you can go back and look at that lifetime and see, why do I still have this relationship with this person? There are a lot of lessons that we can actually go back and see, and we can envision in that lifetime the angels coming down and healing us. And we can ask Archangel Michael to be with us and to heal us from whatever we needed to be healed of in that lifetime. So the purpose of past life regression is to actually heal and to make our lives better. And it most certainly can do all of those things. Now, there are a lot of interesting things about past life regression. For example, a lot of children who experience night terrors, they are sometimes seeing their past life. There used to be a program on, and you'll have to forgive me because I don't remember which channel it was on. It was either A&E or TLC. It was some kind of channel like that. And they had a program all about children who remembered past lives. One of the children had remembered being on the Titanic, and anytime there was water on TV or there was a show about the Titanic, he was just obsessed with watching everything he could, and he would even draw pictures of the boat. And the interesting thing about it was, in his drawings, he would always draw like a third smokestack on the Titanic. But all of the pictures from historical documents showed two. And his parents, they noticed that. They would say, well, he draws a third smokestack, but there's really only two. And one day they went to a museum on the Titanic. While they were there, they noticed that there was, I believe, and I hope I'm getting this right, but I'm just paraphrasing of what happened. They saw an article or something that mentioned that there actually was a third smokestack, but it was never shown in any of the pictures that are used for like the public. And you wouldn't know that unless you had actually been on the Titanic. So there were just a lot of details that this little boy had about the Titanic that he would only have been able to know if he had been there. And so his parents were just fascinated that he knew all of these things. And then there was another story about a little boy who remembered being a Japanese fighter pilot during World War II. And he remembered crashing, and he would wake up with night terrors about like this fiery crash every night. And slowly more details came out that he started to remember. And he even remembered the name of his one of his co-pilots, someone who he fought with, and his parents did the research and they found the actual man who had the name that their son was telling. And their son was very little. He was only maybe 6 or 7, so there's no way that he would have known the name of this other co-pilot. So this show is just so interesting. And then there was another show also on this same network where there was a doctor who would actually go and regress people, and they would film it. And in one of the scenarios, one of the women was speaking a foreign language. And again, awake, she did not know any other languages. She only spoke English. But when she was regressed, she started speaking a language perfectly. And again, they had to go and research the language because it wasn't one of the more common languages. It was, again, another tribal language that wasn't really that common. So the fact that she knew it and spoke it fluently was just impressive. And she remembered being in this village So there's a lot of proof and evidence out there that past life exists. And Dr. Weiss has written a book. He's written several books, but one of the books that he has written about past lives is called Miracles Happen. And it's the transformational healing power of past life memories. And there's another book too called Memories of Heaven by Dr. Wayne Dyer. And these two books are so interesting and are part of what has led me to this journey of past lives, because I find them fascinating, honestly. And in Dr. Dyer's book, he takes submissions from parents who have talked to their kids or whose kids have told them things. They say things like, I remember when I was in heaven and I picked you to be my mommy and my daddy. Or I remember watching you from heaven. Or I know this person and it was someone who had already crossed over. So it's super interesting. And I'm very excited about being able to offer this past life regression. I personally have gone back and seen several lifetimes, and there were definitely important lessons that had to be learned in each lifetime. Lessons like how to not give up control and not give away your personal power. Lessons like not asking for help and not being able to ask for help. That was one of the big lessons for me, was when your plate becomes so full, it's being able to ask those around you for help and not trying to do it all yourself. And so it's interesting because you can see many different things. You can choose what you would like to go back and look at, or you can simply ask, what do I need to be healed of? What do I need to see that will help me heal for my highest good? So past life regression is a great tool in being able to go back and to heal those emotional wounds, being able to heal the things that might be blocking you in this lifetime. If you definitely see that you have blocks to money, that was another regression that I did, was so interesting, because when I went back and looked in one of my lifetimes, I had a lot of money, but I blamed having a lot of money for feeling alone in my life, because I had a lifetime where, the parents had nannies and things like that. So I didn't have a lot of people around me, and I associated that with having a lot of money. And in another lifetime as well, it was out of my control who I had to marry for money, to keep money in the family. And so that was another thing that I had associated with having money and that being a bad thing. So I had to go back and heal those things, because I didn't want to keep experiencing money blocks in this lifetime. But you can also go back and do that if you're experiencing any kind of, as I said before, physical pain or emotional pain, or if you experience, trouble in your love life and you're having difficulty in your romantic relationships and you're not sure why. We can go back and take a look at that, because there's usually a lesson that we needed to learn in another lifetime. And if we didn't learn it there, we brought it over with us to this lifetime. And we can see ourselves being healed of it so that it no longer causes us a problem in this lifetime. So if that's something you're interested in, I highly recommend getting that book by Brian Weiss. I will put the title of the book. It's just Miracles Happen. You can get it on, I always get my books. I have an iPhone, so I always get my books through iBooks, through iTunes, and it's available anywhere, though. You can get it on Amazon. Even Dr. Wayne Dyer's book, too. His book is also really, really interesting, and I highly recommend that, too. And his book is called, again, Memories of Heaven. And it's a really sweet and touching book, too, to hear these children talk about their personal interactions with God and how God is such a loving being, and when they come to earth and they hear people talk about God being a vengeful God and punishing people, they have such a different perspective. It's like, no, that's not how he is at all. God is loving And I love being around God, and the way that they describe that and describe heaven is beautiful. So I highly recommend that book. It's a great read. So be looking forward to Past Life Regression. I will be offering that soon. If you're interested in that, just send me a message, and whenever I start actually offering it, I will let you know. And you can go ahead, though, and kind of get on a little bit of a wait list if you're interested in doing it. And whenever it becomes available, you'll be the first I will let know. So again, just send me an email at melissaoatman77@gmail.com, or you can text me. If you go to my website, I have all of my contact info there, but my phone number is on my website, and you can always text my phone number too. So I'll also have all of that in the description, to this podcast. You have to excuse me. It's like I'm feeling a little sluggish today. I don't know, the energy just feels very heavy and sluggish to me today. It might be because I've been trying to potty train the new puppy all morning, and she is full of energy, and she has been running around chasing my other dog, biting at him they fight like two little kids. And I just feel like my energy is so drained today because I've been running around after them. And now she's sleeping so sweetly now on the floor, like she never did anything wrong and has been a good girl all day. So anyway, I just feel like I'm sometimes having a hard time finding the words today during this podcast, so I do apologize for that. So I wanted to pull a card for you before I left, and the card I pulled for you is from the Archangel Oracle card deck by Doreen Virtue, and it's Gifts from God, Archangel Sandalphon. We angels bring you gifts from your Creator. Open your arms to receive. So I feel like so many of us are manifesting amazing things, and we're receiving beautiful gifts. And as our energies are shifting, it's like so many of us, our third eyes opening, our crown chakra is opening, and we're building an even deeper connection to the divine, and we're open to receiving even more. The additional message here is heaven is expansive and ever increasing. One of the ways in which heaven expands is through giving and sending love continuously. This love is sent your way in many forms, and your only task is to be willing to receive. Right now, the answers to your prayers await your willing receptivity. Open your arms to these gifts. Your Creator wills that you be happy, healthy, secure, and that all your needs will be provided. Release any fears of receiving to me. I love that because it's like what I've been talking about. We tell ourselves that mantra, the mantra that I had on Facebook the other day. And that mantra is that the universe is divinely guiding us. The universe is working behind the scenes on my behalf to bring me what's for my highest good in divine timing. And when you keep that in the back of your mind and you keep that as your mantra, that everything is working out perfectly for me, the universe is working behind the scenes on my behalf to bring me what's for my highest good in divine timing. And I truly, truly believe that in every area of my life. And I will tell you that I used to be the type of person who would let everything control me and get my emotions all riled up. You can ask any of my exes about that because they will tell you that I was the type of person who would overreact to something insignificant because I would let my emotions get the best of me, and I immediately went to this victim mentality, right? Like, oh, I cannot believe this is happening to me. And what I've learned is I've learned how to flip the script. I've learned how to not react to things emotionally, to learn how to say when something doesn't go my way, there's a reason for it. There's a reason behind it. And all I need to do is sit back and know that the universe is divinely guiding me. The universe is working behind the scenes on my behalf to bring me what's for my highest good in divine timing. And if things seem like they're delayed or they're taking a while, it's okay, because I know that the universe has my back. The universe is handling it. I just have to let go of control and understand that I am being supported fully. Everything is working out perfectly for me. Everything is working out perfectly. I just need to be in the flow and stop trying to fight it, stop trying to resist, and know that the universe has my back always. All right, guys. Well, I hope that you will have a wonderful day. And I hope that if you are interested in past life regression, that you will shoot me a message, shoot me an email or a text letting me know that you are interested, and I will let you know whenever it is ready, for when I'm ready to start doing sessions, which will be very soon. I do not anticipate that being much longer. And if you need anything else from me, Reiki, one-on-one coaching, right now, just for this week, because I am on spring break from school, I have 10% off on all of my sessions right now, because I have more availability this week. I can do daytime sessions for this week. And once summer comes too, I will also have daytime availability, which will be towards the end of May. So I hope that you guys have a fabulous week. Take care. I am sending you massive love and light. Don't forget to join me tomorrow night. Well, actually, it will be tonight as you're listening to this, Tuesday, 7 p.m. Central, for my Facebook Lives, where I will be giving you free readings. Take care, guys. I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.